Leaders, please choose your partners. The obsequious voice of the auctioneer echoed in my ears, pulling me back to the present.
I want that woman, he hissed, pointing his long tongue at the voluptuous Emily.
Emily shivered, lifting her tear-filled eyes to look at me pitifully. But this time, I chose to remain indifferent. Chad's tongue wrapped around Emily, and she screamed as he dragged her into the bedroom in the back. From there, Emily's terrified screams and Chad's impatient slaps echoed.
James, aren't you going to choose?
I was about to shake my head when I heard a frustrated female voice.
Damn it, I picked the wrong beast again. Who is the new leader anyway? Mom, I want to go home.
I narrowed my eyes, scanning the remaining women.
Why didn't he stand up for Emily? Whatever, he's going to die soon anyway.
Following the voice, I approached a woman with doe-like eyes. She kept her head down, trying hard to control her trembling body.
Oh no, he's coming over. I'm terrified of snakes. Please don't pick me. I don't want to die with you. I need to find the new leader.
With a grin, I wrapped my tail around her waist.
I want her.
The doe-eyed woman rolled her eyes and fainted. When I met Emily's gaze, memories of my past life flooded back. In my previous life, a few days before the auction, as the leader of the snake tribe, I had gone to the beastmen trading market to stock up on supplies for our hibernation. Emily was entangled with the auctioneer on the street. Her tear-filled eyes pleading for help pierced straight into my heart. So I didn't hesitate to buy her freedom.
Are you willing to be my partner?
I have a sick mother at home.
I didn't force her and turned away. I never expected to see her here. The number of beastmen was dwindling. The snake, tiger, and bear tribes, representing the three major groups, had gathered other smaller tribes to coexist. But we still needed to reproduce, and offspring with humans were often smarter and more agile than purebred young beasts. So Eldon regularly bought human women from the auction for the new generation of leaders to choose as partners. In my past life, when Emily's pleading eyes met mine, I impulsively stood up and fought Chad for her. Chad, intimidated by my presence, reluctantly chose another woman. Eldon, the aging leader of the beastmen, had announced his intention to retire and elect a new leader to strengthen the tribe. I had no interest in the leader's position, only wanting to live my life peacefully. I poured my heart out to Emily, giving her ample time to adapt to life among the beastmen. But she constantly whispered in my ear, urging me to compete for the leader's position. Later, while I was leading my tribe into hibernation, Emily had an affair with Leo, the leader of the tiger tribe. Leo and Emily somehow bribed Gareth, the high priest. When I had just emerged from hibernation, still weak, they burned me alive under the pretense of appeasing divine wrath. The night before the execution, Chad, in his chameleon form, sneaked into the dungeon to mock me.
Emily is truly heartless. Did you think she sold herself for her so-called sick mother? I investigated, she doesn't have a mother. She's a fraud. You offended so many beastmen for her, and now look at your fate. TSK, 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 I should thank you for taking Emily away from me back then. Otherwise, it might have been me getting burned tomorrow.
Chad's words struck me hard. In the beastmen tribe, unless one partner died, the other had no right to remarry. Only my death would allow Emily to be with Leo openly. It was just a dream, scared me to death. The woman on the bed suddenly sat up, interrupting my thoughts. If you're awake, get down. Hearing my words, her body stiffened. She slowly turned her head, and upon seeing me, she rolled her eyes and fainted again. If you pass out again, I'll throw you into the pit of bones. The woman quickly snapped awake and sat up straight.
Hello, husband. My name is Sophia. She gave a sincere yet fake smile. Better to play along for now. Anyway, you won't live long. I'll just find someone else after you're gone.
Hearing Sophia's inner thoughts, I couldn't help but let out a cold laugh. Ha, women are all the same.
I'm hungry. Go make some food.
Yes, husband, right away. I squinted my eyes, watching Sophia respectfully retreat. Eat, eat, eat. All you do is eat. I'll just poison you and be done with it.
When Sophia finally brought the food, sweating profusely, I was leaning on the bed. With a sweep of my long tail, the plates scattered on the ground.
I've suddenly lost my appetite. Clean this up.
Yes, husband. You should rest early. Ah, you lunatic. At least let me have a bite. I haven't eaten all day. Wasting food is shameful.
Sophia muttered words I didn't understand, but I realized she hadn't poisoned the food after all. After a while, Sophia came back with a blanket and prepared to sleep on the lounge chair.
Come here.
Husband, I have my monthly cycle. I'm not clean. It's better not to dirty the bed. Oh my God, I'm scared. How can I sleep next to a snake?
Hearing her thoughts, I moved over, making space on the bed, and gently patted the bed with my tail.
No more nonsense.
Sophia shrank her neck and cautiously climbed onto the bed, pressing herself against the wall, far away from me. I could feel her trembling. I threw the blanket over her and closed my eyes, pretending to sleep. Sophia quickly wrapped herself tightly in the blanket.
Thank goodness, he's not that crazy after all. They say snakes are cold-blooded. He seems pretty decent. But this is the third time. The new clan leader isn't Leo from the Tiger clan or Marcus from the Bear clan. Could it be a snake? It shouldn't be. He always exits so early. Why did James not go after Emily this time?
Sophia lay on the bed, her mind buzzing with thoughts, making my head hurt.
Sleep.
Geez, he scared me. I didn't even say anything. Why is he suddenly acting crazy? But I do need to sleep early. I'll see if there are any new clues tomorrow.
Finally, she quieted down. I sat up, staring at Sophia's sleeping face, revealing my fangs. You think you can find someone new after I'm gone? Then you should go first. I slowly approached Sophia's neck.
Mom, I miss you, Sophia murmured in her sleep, tears rolling down her cheeks. I turned over and lay back down.
A week later, the leaders and their partners gathered to thank Eldon. After the gathering, Emily cornered me in a hallway.
Benefactor, can you take me away? Emily, covered in bruises, looked at me seductively.
How?
Emily glanced at Sophia, hesitating to speak. Behind me, Sophia, who had been pretending to be invisible, suddenly bristled. Narrator, tone, serious. As I led my tribe into hibernation, Emily had an affair with Leo, the leader of the Tiger tribe. They somehow bribed Gareth, the high priest. When I emerged from hibernation, still weak, they burned me alive under the pretense of appeasing divine wrath. The night before the execution, Chad, in his chameleon form, sneaked into the dungeon to mock me.
Chad, tone, unfriendly Emily is truly heartless. Did you think she sold herself for her so-called sick mother? I investigated, she doesn't have a mother. She's a fraud.
Narrator, tone, sad. Chad's words struck me hard.
Chad, tone, unfriendly. You offended so many beast men for her, and now look at your fate. TSK, 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 I should thank you for taking Emily away from me back then. Otherwise, it might have been me getting burned tomorrow.
Narrator, tone, serious. In our tribe, unless one partner died, the other had no right to remarry. Only my death would allow Emily to be with Leo openly. Sophia looked at me tentatively.
James? James? Can you hear me? Why are you looking at me? Pack your things. I'm leaving tomorrow.
I glanced at her, feeling a mix of emotions.
Husband, what did you mean by what you said in the hall just now?
The Beast Clan's rule is that if a partner dies, the other can find a new partner. I'm just letting you know in advance.
Do you think you'll die?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I sat at the table, sipping tea slowly, trying to ignore the thoughts swirling in my mind.
James is such a fool. Phew, luckily, I thought he could hear my thoughts. After all, several times recently, he did exactly what I was thinking. Actually, he's quite good, except for being a bit childish sometimes and scaring me. But is he going to die again this time? Should I help him? Forget it, finding a new clan leader is more important. Mom is still waiting for me.
Her thoughts pierced my heart, leaving a hollow emptiness. Not wanting to hear her incessant chatter anymore, I left the room.
Husband, where did you go last night? Why didn't you come back to rest?
Give me the luggage.
Here it is.
I took the luggage and turned to leave. Sophia followed me like a shadow, carrying a huge bag on her back.
Give it all to me.
Isn't that inappropriate? After all, it's my luggage. Well, I'll trouble you then.
Sophia quickly threw the bag into my hands and ran ahead.
Are you coming too?
Yes, of course. I can't let you go alone for who knows how long. I'd be scared all by myself.
Sophia smiled at me, her face lit by the sunlight. Her eyes curved, and her smile was radiant. I quickly averted my gaze, not daring to look at her directly, and walked past her swiftly.
Hey, husband, wait for me.
The plague was worse than I had imagined. Nearly half of the villagers were showing symptoms of coughing up blood. I instructed the clan members who came with me to prepare medicine and was about to enter the village to assess the situation.
Husband, wait.
Sophia pulled out a bunch of oddly shaped cloths from her bulging bag and tied them around my face.
This is called a mask. Wearing it can reduce the chance of infection. Stay away from the sick, isolate all the infected, and burn the bodies. Give the prepared medicine to everyone. If there's enough, pour it into the well. It can also have a preventive effect.
Sophia kept taking out various medicinal herbs.
These are some herbs for treating infectious diseases. I don't know if they'll work. You should consult Dr. Harris.
Just as I was about to speak, Liam, the leader of the Mouse Clan, came rushing over and hugged my leg, crying.
Thank you, Snake Clan leader, for extending a helping hand in such times. Once the Mouse Clan overcomes this disaster, we will follow you wholeheartedly.
Sophia pulled Liam away and sprayed him with some liquid.
Mouse, don't worry. My husband is here to help you all. Everyone will be fine. But can you change your clothes before discussing further plans with him? How long has it been since you changed?
Liam's face turned red, and he apologized to me.
Forgive me, Snake Clan leader. The Mouse Clan has been in such turmoil that I haven't had a moment to rest. My apologies.
It's fine. Let's go see the patients first.
Wait.
Sophia pulled out 2 sets of clothes from her bag.
Put these on and take them off immediately after seeing the patients.
Liam glared at Sophia, but she pretended not to see and helped me put on the clothes.
Leader Liam, my wife is very protective of me. Please understand.
Sophia paused while buttoning my clothes, her ears turning red.
Narcissist, who cares about you? Smooth talker.
You're too kind, Snake Clan leader. Your wife is just concerned.
Emily's whispers never ceased, urging me constantly to vie for the leader's position. But fate took a cruel turn.
She betrayed me while I was leading the tribe into hibernation.
Emily had an affair with Leo, the Tiger tribe leader, and together they bribed Gareth, the high priest.
When I emerged from hibernation, still weak, they burned me alive under the guise of appeasing divine wrath.
The night before the execution, Chad, in his chameleon form, snuck into the dungeon to mock me.
Emily is truly heartless. Did you think she sold herself for her so-called sick mother? I investigated, she doesn't even have a mother. She's a fraud, James.
What do you mean, Chad?
You offended so many beastmen for her, and now look at your fate. I should thank you for taking Emily away from me back then. Otherwise, it might have been me getting burned tomorrow.
Chad's words struck me hard. In our tribe, unless one partner passed away, the other had no right to remarry. Only my death would allow Emily to be with Leo openly. Emily constantly whispered in my ear, urging me to compete for the leader's position. Later, when I was leading my tribe into hibernation, Emily had an affair with Leo, the leader of the tiger tribe. They bribed Gareth, the high priest, and burned me alive under the pretense of appeasing divine wrath when I emerged from hibernation.
Emily is truly heartless. Did you think she sold herself for her so-called sick mother? I investigated, she doesn't have a mother. She's a fraud.
Chad, in his chameleon form, sneaked into the dungeon to mock me the night before my execution.
You offended so many beastmen for her, and now look at your fate. TSK, I should thank you for taking Emily away from me back then. Otherwise, it might have been me getting burned tomorrow.
Chad's words struck me hard. In the Beastmen tribe, unless one partner died, the other had no right to remarry. Only my death would allow Emily to be with Leo openly. Chad stared intently at the two people in the scene. With a final leap, he pinned Emily to the ground before she could escape and bit her neck, ending her life before she could even make a sound. Leo transformed into his tiger form, intending to charge through the crowd, but was intercepted by the Bear Clan leader and his men. When Leo was finally tied up and thrown to the ground, Eldon sighed.
James, today was supposed to be your day of succession. You should decide Leo's fate.
I stared at the ferocious-looking Leo on the ground.
You were so eager to burn me. The altar is already set up, so let's not waste it.
Sophia gagged Leo with a piece of cloth to silence his curses. Chad walked up to me.
James, you saved me. I acknowledge you as the clan leader.
Leo perished in the intense flames, screaming in agony. That night, as Sophia and I lay in bed, she spoke softly.
James, I need to go home.
Yes, I know.
James, I'm actually from another world. I came to help the new clan leader succeed. I've been through.
You don't need to say anything. I already know. Let's sleep. After a good night's sleep, you'll be home.
Sophia fell silent, but after a while, she spoke again, her voice heavy with emotion.
James, forget about me.
I didn't respond.
James, I like you, but my mother is waiting for me. I can't stay.
I understand.
James, why did I come back to life? Did you do something? James, I feel like I've forgotten something. James. Who are you? Where is this?
The unfamiliar woman before me suddenly disappeared. I wanted to say something, but even I didn't know what to say.
Liam.
I called out to Liam in a panic, asking him if I had forgotten someone.
Clan leader, did you sleep too much? There's no one here. It's always been just you in this room.
Really? Has it always been just me? But why does my heart ache so much? It feels like I've forgotten someone very important.
Palogi.
My name is Sophia. I was accidentally bound to a system and transported to the world of beastmen. The system told me I had to find the new clan leader and help him succeed to return home. To go home sooner, I started searching for the beast clan leader to help him secure the position. The first time, I chose Leo, the Tiger King. He looked smart, surely the new clan leader. But before I could get close to him, the world collapsed. The system told me the clan leader had died. What? Is being a clan leader such a high-risk job? I thought they were supposed to be all brawn and no brains. The second time, I followed Marcus, the bear clan leader, to fight off enemies. Marcus was a responsible head of security. I got so tanned from the sun. I began to doubt that this big oaf could be the clan leader. Strength alone isn't enough, you need brains too. Sure enough, the world collapsed again. The third time, I found myself waiting in the hall to be chosen. I couldn't help but wail. But this time, things didn't go as expected. The Snake Clan's love-struck fool didn't snatch Emily. Can someone tell me what I missed? To my dismay, I was chosen by James. I figured the third world collapse was imminent. But James, though a cold-blooded snake, was actually quite kind. He gave me a blanket at night and had lots of good food prepared for me the next day. In our daily life, apart from scaring me occasionally, he treated me well and never forced me. I got so immersed that I forgot to look for the new clan leader. James was sent to win over the Mouse Clan. I didn't want to get involved, but for some reason, I followed him. The plague was worse than I imagined. I did my best to help the Mouse Clan. Suddenly, the system, which had been silent, spoke up. It said the Mouse Clan would be wiped out, and James would die from the infection. It asked if I wanted to save James and help the Mouse Clan avoid extinction, becoming James's allies. Without hesitation, I agreed, even though the price was my life. Maybe it was a final burst of energy before death, but in my last moments, I realized James was the new clan leader. But it was too late. I heard James crying, begging me to wake up. I wanted to tell him not to cry, but I couldn't speak or open my eyes. The system's voice told me the mission had failed. I thought I was dead. But then I came back to life. At first, I thought it was the system's mercy. Later, I realized something was wrong. James must have done something. Though he was in his prime, he often fell ill. His body remained young, but his spirit seemed like that of an old man. Even Eldon was more energetic than him. James finally became the clan leader. Despite Emily and her cohorts causing trouble, the outcome was good. I felt I was about to leave. I wanted to explain everything to James, to tell him who I really was. But James said he already knew. So he had known all along. I wanted James to forget me, but I couldn't bear for him to forget. Something slipped from my mind. I couldn't grasp it, and I was suddenly afraid. I wanted to call out to him, but who was he? Strange, why was there a man beside me? Where was this place? Before I could ask, everything went black. When I woke up, my mother was sitting by my bed, worriedly asking what had happened. I had been crying in my sleep and couldn't be woken. I didn't know what I had dreamed, but my heart ached. Strangely, from that night on, I was no longer afraid of snakes. Seeing a snake gave me an inexplicable sense of warmth. My friends all said I was crazy. Snakes are cold-blooded animals. Where's the warmth? Are you nuts? I didn't care. To me, snakes were the warmest creatures.
The end.